Hey guys and girls, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I am back today to kick off the year with a start to this series, which is the top game releases coming out in this month. So without further ado, here are the top 7 game releases coming out in January 2022. Kicking us off at number 1 is Monster Hunter Rise. It's actually the 6th mainline installment in the Monster Hunter series. Monster Hunter Rise is an action role-playing game developed and published by Capcom. It actually came out on the Nintendo Switch last year in March 2021, and this month it is finally getting a PC version of the game. Rise follows many of the new conventions established in Monster Hunter World, including the kind of open maps, which will also include some new features and mechanics, including a new animal companion called a Palamute that can be used to ride across the map or into battle, and the use of wire bugs to traverse the world and mount and ride certain monsters. The wire bugs were actually a fantastic new addition, replacing the clutch claw of Monster Hunter World, and actually added a very real verticality to both traversal and combat. The Windows version of Monster Hunter Rise will include support for high resolution displays, including up to 4K, higher frame rates, and direct voice chat support. Sadly, it will not support cross-play between the PC and Switch versions of the game. The Windows release is planned for January 12, 2022, and it will include all content that has been released for Rise for the Switch as of November 2021. A major paid expansion, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, is scheduled for release for the Switch and PC versions of the game in mid-2022. This will add new monsters, quests, weapons and armor, story elements, and include more difficult master rank hunts. Monster Hunter Rise is a beautiful game. If you are looking for a great game to play with your friends, an incredibly addictive game, then Monster Hunter Rise may well be completely down your street. As I said, this came out on the 12th of January 2022 and is available finally on PC. The second game coming out this month is the Achrosis. This is an indie title developed and published by Stray Bombay. The Achrosis is a full-player cooperative first-person shooter set aboard a massive starship stranded at the edge of explored space. Players will get to team up with their friends in an infinitely replayable fight against alien hordes to unlock perks, weapons, and new ways to play. The game looks and feels a little like Left 4 Dead with a cool 70s vibe, which is not surprising as Chet Felicek, I think I butchered that name, the co-founder of Stray Bombay, was actually one of the main leads on Left 4 Dead during his time at Valve. The first season of the game tells the story of 4 unlikely survivors, Nessa, Guion, Liu and Lance, who are unwilling combatants in the battle to defend humanity from the alien massacre. The game uses an AI driver that could nudge the horde size up or down in response to a team's performance, and may spawn more health and ammo drops to help those having a harder time. Hopefully it'll be better balanced than Back 4 Blood was. For those looking for a multiplayer game to jump into, the Achrosis comes out on the 13th of January and it will be available on the PC, and it's actually coming to the Xbox Game Pass on day 1, which is awesome. The third game coming out this month is God of War. For those who do not know, God of War is an action-adventure game developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It was released worldwide on April the 20th, 2018 for the PlayStation 4, and it will finally be getting a PC version this month. The game is the 8th installment in the God of War series and a sequel to 2010's God of War 3. Unlike previous games, which were loosely based on Greek mythology, this installment is actually loosely inspired by Norse mythology, with the majority of the game set in ancient Scandinavia in the realm of Midgard. For the first time in the series, there are 2 protagonists, an older, maybe wiser Kratos, the former Greek god of war, and his young son Atreus. This game is fantastic. I played it back in 2018 and I cannot recommend it enough. God of War has some of the best combat, character designs, enemy designs that I have seen in any game that came out that year, and is finally getting a PC version, which is very, very exciting. The PC version of the game obviously will offer enhanced visuals, so you players can enjoy true 4K resolution with unlocked frame rates for peak performance, which given the combat will be very, very, very nice. For those that are interested that didn't own a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, then I cannot recommend this game highly enough, and it is coming out on PC and will be released on the 14th of January. The fourth big game to come out this month is Rainbow Six Extraction. This is an upcoming tactical shooter developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. It's a spin-off of Rainbow Six Siege. Extraction is a cooperative multiplayer game that supports up to 3 players. In Extraction, the operators must infiltrate an alien-infested location and complete objectives, such as collecting samples, extracting materials from computers, and gathering intel. Each play session, known as an incursion, is made up of 3 interconnected sub-maps, and players will be assigned any one of the 12 objectives randomly in each sub-map. Once the player secures their objective, they can choose to extract themselves or explore the next map. New areas will of course be more difficult than the previous one, but players will receive more rewards by completing them successfully. But if an operator is taken down by an enemy, they will become missing in action, and players cannot play as them until they have rescued them in an extraction mission, hence the name. Characters which are severely injured in the previous mission will also remain hurt and will only recover slowly. Before the commencement of any mission, players can choose their operator from a pool of 18. Each operator, of course, has their own unique weapons and gadgets. It really does seem that January is the month for multiplayer cooperative games, and Rainbow Six Extraction is set for release on the 20th of January and will be available on the PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Stadia. And for those that are a little bit on the fence, it is going to be available on the Xbox Game Pass, so if you're not sure, you can pick it up, try it out, and see if it is your cup of tea. The 5th game coming out this month is Expeditions Rome. This is a turn-based historical RPG in which you play a fictional character able to chart an original path for yourself and for Rome. It is the next game from developer Logic Artists, following on from Expeditions Conquistador and Expeditions Viking. You play a legatus who joins a campaign to subdue a Greek rebellion after fleeing an attack on your family by an unknown political opponent. It promises to last over 65 hours with 3 campaigns spreading across Greece, North Africa and Gaul, in which you lead a legion, recruit 5 unique companions and make plenty of tough decisions. For those interested, the game is set for release on the 20th of January and will be available on PC. If you're not sure, you can actually download a demo of the game and check it out first before deciding whether or not you want to put down your money. I played the demo and had a lot of fun with it, and I definitely will be picking up and checking out Expeditions Rome when it comes out on the 20th of January. The 6th game coming out this month is Kingdom of the Dead. This is an indie game developed and published by Diddygo Games. Kingdom of the Dead is a pen and ink drawn horror FPS video game where you play as Agent Chamberlain, a professor turned army general, now working for the secret government program known as Gatekeeper, the main purpose of which is to defeat Death and his armies. Players will have the opportunity to explore 8 remote locations across the US East Coast. Players will also have access to 8 possible weapons, and there will be 22 plus enemies and old school bosses as well. I love the style of Kingdom of the Dead, and I think the thing that interests me the most is the very unique black and white hand-drawn visuals, which is like nothing else that I have seen. For those interested, Kingdom of the Dead instead is set for release on the 26th of January, and it will be available on the PC. And finally, the 7th game coming out this month is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus is an upcoming action roleplay game developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo. It is part of the 8th generation of the Pokemon video game series and is set in the same region as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and of course their remakes which came out last year. But the game is set in a bygone era of the Sinnoh region's history, which appears to be based loosely on 19th century Japan, when it was known as the Hisui region, long before the events of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It was stated that the objective of the game would be to create Hisui's first Pokédex. The mythical Pokemon Arceus will play a major role in the story, and players can capture Pokemon directly in the overworld immediately without going through a battle, which is something very, very new and intriguing. At the start of the game, 3 starter Pokemon options are available: Rowlet, which is from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Cyndaquil, which is from Pokemon Gold and Silver, and Oshawott from Pokemon Black and White. It's very new to have Pokemon 3 starters from 3 different regions. This game is taking the Pokemon series in a new and interesting direction, which I really like to see. I know this is one of Dante's and Fish's most anticipated games of the year, and they're definitely going to be jumping in and checking it out. So I'm sure we'll have a review of this game on the channel, hopefully within the next month or 2. But for those of you that love your Pokemon series or are just interested in jumping in and checking out 19th century Japan, which sounds awesome, Pokemon Legends Arceus is set for release on the 28th of January and of course will be available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. So there you have it, guys. There are the top 7 game releases in January 2022. These are just some of the releases that looked the most interesting to me. Obviously, I haven't covered every game coming out this month. If there are any games that I missed that you would like to let people know about or showcase, please share those in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think of the picks in this list. Are there any games on this list that have you interested or that you are planning to pick up this month? Please share in the comment section below. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe and follow in order to support the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support, guys. I'm looking forward to 2022 and we will be back again next month with the top 7 games in February. Look forward to that. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week. Take care, of course, and as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys.